Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. Last year, the Arizona Cardinals really lacked size in that receiver room. So this year in the NFL draft, in their third round, they drafted Michael Wilson out of Stamford. Let me tell you why Michael Wilson is a perfect fit for Kyler Murray in this new offense. Let's address the elephant in the room with Michael Wilson and why he wasn't a second or first round pick. And it really is as simple as his injuries. He was plagued with injuries at his time in his 4 years at Stamford. So not only does he not have a lot of production in terms of the stat, but there's also not all that much tape to go off of when you're talking about Michael Wilson. I really liked Tanner McKee, so I discovered Michael Wilson through watching Tanner McKee, and I was like, who is this underutilized, bigger-bodied receiver? Every single time I see Tanner McKee throw to Michael Wilson, it's a really nice play, but then I really didn't think anything of it until the Senior Bowl hit, and Michael Wilson really hit on everyone's radar at the Senior Bowl. He was arguably the best, if not the second best receiver at the entire Senior Bowl. For Michael Wilson's size, speed, and strength combination and profile, albeit he's not that fast, he didn't run a great 40-yard time, but his tape and his speed on tape is faster than that 40-yard shows. And to me, in my opinion, that's more important. But you really wouldn't expect the fluidity and, dare I say, quick twitch when he runs those routes. His separation skills in the short to intermediate passing game is really impressive, but where Michael Wilson really wows on tape at Stamford and where he really shined at the Senior Bowl was those deeper passing concepts and those deeper routes, those crossers over the deep middle part of the field, those deep posts, those comeback routes 20 yards down the sideline of the field, those post corners out of the slot. That's something that Michael Wilson was also utilized in at Stamford, was in the slot as well. You could tell Michael Wilson most likely played basketball when he was growing up because his ability to box out his opponents and really frame his body into the catch, especially those 50-50 balls deep down the field. Kyler Murray loves throwing those balls 40, 50 yards down the field and drop it into a keyhole. And that's something that this Arizona offense has really struggled with, considering we have guys like Hollywood Brown and Rondell Moore out there. Some good receivers, but some really small-bodied receivers that really makes for the margin of error to be about a zero for Kyler Murray. So right away, Michael Wilson is going to come into this new offensive regime in Arizona. They're going to be adapting that Cleveland Browns playbook that was implemented for Deshaun Watson in the Cleveland Browns last year. In my opinion, I see Michael Wilson as a day one starter. I think he right away is the third best receiver on our roster. I do think he's better than Rondell Moore. Rondell Moore is more of a gadget guy. So in my opinion, they're going to line Hollywood Brown up at slot, and then D-Hop and Michael Wilson will be the number 1 and 2 on the outside. And where I start to get really excited about this is Donovan Peoples Jones in that Browns offense last year had so many opportunities in deep posts and deeper passing concepts, but the thing is, Donovan Peoples Jones is not that good of a separator. This is where Michael Wilson really is going to thrive with Kyler Murray in this new offensive system. You have such significant attention to DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood Brown. So realistically, you are going to have Michael Wilson one-on-one with a corner who most likely is a bit smaller than him on those 50-50 balls deep down the field. I'm so excited to watch Michael Wilson in this new offense with Kyler Murray and company. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know how you guys thought the Arizona Cardinals did in this draft, and do you think Michael Wilson is a sleeper in a late round gem?